Okay, I'd like to, before we get in, we got 2 minutes, I want to introduce 3 very special people from Mission Viejo. We have world champion open water swimmer Ashley Twitchell. Ashley was the gold medal and bronze medal winner in the World Championships in Shanghai in 2011. She's here to help us. We have 2 homegrown Olympians, silver medalists in the 1984 Olympic Games in Los Angeles in the 400-meter freestyle, who used to swim here at Blue Buoy. John Mikkonen, who's here with his son Christopher and daughter Cameron. And we are also very honored to have former Blue Buoy student, 4-time Olympian, 9-time medalist, Jason? 8. I was giving you the benefit. 8-time medalist, 4 Olympic Games, Jason Lezak, who's here with his son, Ryan. Yes. Okay. We are 1 minute and 13 seconds from starting, and the reason we're all sitting is because part of the lesson is to demonstrate a safer entry into the water. And what we're going to do is ask the teachers and the adults to get in the water first, and you can go ahead and slip in now. We are less than a minute away, so go ahead, let's slide in carefully. And then we're going to assist anyone who needs help with small children. Oh, we've got our youngest, largest swim lesson students. All right, we are 30 seconds away, and what we're going to do is go through a little progression. We've done our safe entry. We're going to get the young children oriented to the water, getting them comfortable. All right, we are down to 10 seconds. And just imagine there are close to 30,000 people around the world that are joining us as we begin in 2, 1. The lesson has begun. Now, let's try and let's work everybody over here. This is Mindy Schauer from the Orange County Register, and we're going to do a couple photo ops here. So she's going to direct you over. Let's get Ashley and Jason and John in prominent pictures. Get all our babies in here. Our lesson will begin, like I said, with a little orientation. That's what we're doing right now. We'll get some great pictures here. Oh, this is great. Is the water warm enough for everyone? All right. Well, as we get the kids comfortable, we're going to go through the progression, the foundation building process that we use here at Blue Buoy. If any of the babies would like to transfer over to the little pool, we can help you move over there. We don't have any bright sun now to worry about, but the first part of the progression is getting comfortable. And then we want the kids to be able to go underwater as soon as they are comfortable and ready. So those of you that are already wet heads, we can go ahead and do some underwater drills. Our instructors will help you. All right. Got to be a wet head, Anthony. With the babies as we move around, do lots of kickers. Lauren, do you want to come over and help Julia with her little ones? Or Rosie's there. Here we go. All right. Let's see if we can get everybody to be wet heads. All right, Ryan, there's our wet head. That's the way. With the babies, we can do some Gentle easing onto their back. And soft kickers, Brady. Soft kickers. Try not to splash too much. Once we get the kids underwater, then we want to be moving forward, trying to get them to where we can release them and allow them to begin to feel the buoyancy of the water, of their bodies in the water. You can see some of the kids diving down and floating back up. That's what we want them to feel, that they are lighter than the water. The water is going to lift them up. So let's do some underwater exercises, going under, walking on the bottom for the older kids. All right, let's bring everybody over this way, and maybe we'll do a little quick demonstration of some of our elevators, okay? Where's Matthew? Matthew Chezik and Ryan Lezak. Can you guys come over here and show everyone how we go down to the bottom and sit on the bottom and float back up? Okay, let's watch Matthew over here. Oh, here he goes. Now watch. Now don't bounce up. Let the water float you back up to the top. Okay, Ryan, can you sit on the bottom? Big breath. Go down to the bottom like SpongeBob. And float back up. Let's try it again, Matthew. All the way down to the bottom. And that's what we'd like. That's the way, Noah. You sit on the bottom too. Go way down. And Paisley's doing her big splashes. Hi, Paisley. Oh, look at you. All right. Let's see how many elevator riders we can get here. Oh, Russell's down on the bottom. Laney, can you go lay down on the bottom and float up to the top? All the way down, Noah. There, it's hard to go down. Mom will help you go down to the bottom. That's the way, Russell. All right. Now, our little elevator rides are a way of letting children develop their balance and equilibrium in the water. And just like learning to walk, they must first be able to control their balance. Then they can begin to move through the water. So that's what we're going to work on now, is a little bit of kicking. So if we've got the babies, we can just hold onto your shoulders and do some kickers around. The older kids can do the floating and kicking to mom or dad or grandpa. Kick, 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 kick. A little gentle flutter kick, trying not to do bendy legs. Soft, straight kickers. There we go, Ryan. Matthew, can you guys show them your soft, straight kickers? And Jacob, I bet you could demonstrate some very straight. Can you show Ryan and Matthew how to kick with straight legs? Okay, go ahead, Jacob. Soft, straight kickers. There we go. A little bit softer, Jacob, not your racing kickers, okay? Okay, Ryan, let's see your kickers now. Russell, Laney, can you guys do your soft kicker? You're already treading water. You're ready for water polo. Very good. Now, as they start to get more proficient with the kicking, we can introduce some swish around arms to help them propel themselves forward, using their hands to push against the water. So now we can introduce some push around arms. Push around arms. Good job, Anthony. You doing your push arounds, Noah? Oh, look at little Lizzie. We've got lots of little babies in here, some of them having their first experiences in the water. This is wonderful. Okay, now, children are generally more comfortable facing forward but it's a very important part of the foundation for them to become comfortable on their backs. So let's do a little work on easing them onto their back. We'd like them to keep their head back so their top of their head is in the water and their ears are down in the water, okay? Ryan, can you and Matthew show how we do your back floaters? Some back floaters now. Want to try and get your tummies up. Keep your toes down under the water. There we go. Just some quiet floats first, then we can add a little bit of kicking. And just like the progression we went through on the front, we can add some gentle pushing with the hands to help propel them once they're comfortable with their balance on their back. Very nice. All right. Now, probably the most important skill to be learned is the ability to recover their breath. Learning to breathe while we're in the water requires us to get the face from a submerged position where we're more balanced up into the air. We have to learn to exhale through the nose as they come up, inhale through the mouth, and then back down underwater again. Now there are three movements that take place, three options for getting the breath. One is to do a face forward pop-up breath, which is generally the first one we teach here. The second would be to roll over and get the breath in a back float position. And the third way would be to do a vertical bobbing up and down to get air. So let's practice some different ways of coming up to get a breath. Face forward pop-up breathers, rolling over from front to back, and even some bobbing up and down. And kids can even do it bouncing off the bottom, coming up and getting air. Now, once the children have learned how to recover their breath, to either do a pop-up breath or a rollover, we can now begin to teach them how to actually swim. And swimming is the combination of our foundation elements, being balanced in the water, being able to recover their breath on their own, and to be able to move independently through the water. There are 4 basic strokes that we teach here. We teach the breaststroke, our push around arms and froggy kickers, our butterfly with the overarm recovery, both arms recovering simultaneously, with a dolphin kick, the backstroke, and the crawl stroke or freestyle. So we're going to move around and we're going to have some demonstrations here in a couple minutes. We've got some very talented swimmers in the water. And I think if we can get, let's do that right now. Let's have a little demonstration. If we could bring everybody back towards this way. And I need Cameron and Christopher. Cameron and Christopher, could you come down here, please? Cameron and Christopher, come on down here. Let's move everybody towards this way a little bit. We're going to open the 2 middle lanes, and we're going to have a little demonstration here. And then we're going to let you guys all practice the different strokes, okay? All right. Christopher, let's get you right here. Lane 4, Cameron in lane 3. And then we're going to need to move. Julia will slide you guys over. They're going to swim down and back. All right. Now, we're going to go through sort of the strokes the way we learned them in the progression, okay? This is Christopher Mikkonen. How old are you now, Christopher? 12 years old. Cameron, how old are you now? 10? All right. We're going to ask Christopher and Cameron to swim 2 lengths of breaststroke so you can see how the push around arms and pop-up breath evolve into the competitive breaststroke. Okay, let's watch Cameron and Christopher Mikkonen. They're going to go 2 lengths of the breaststroke. Ready, go! Now, as I said, their father used to swim in our meets here before he went to the Olympic Games. You can see the head coming forward for the breath. And it's very important that once they get the breath, they get their bodies back down below the level of the surface so that they are not only streamlined, but buoyant. So the water is holding up. Watch out, JJ, here they come. Good job. Very nice. All right. Now, the second method of breathing would be to roll over from front to back, and that will evolve into the backstroke. So we're going to ask them to do 2 lengths of backstroke now. All right. JJ, move out of the way. JJ, move over, hun. All right. Cammie and Chris, 2 lengths backstroke. Ready, go. Now, their older sister, Courtney, is trying to follow in Dad's footsteps. Courtney qualified for the Olympic trials last year as a 13-year-old, went to the trials when she was 14, and just recently became a CIF champion at the local high school championships. Very nice. All right, now, the next 2 strokes are probably, the freestyle is the most recognizable. Most people think this is swimming, but it's really just one of the methods. But the crawl stroke takes advantage of the ability to keep the head down and roll for the breath. So let's watch them do 2 lengths of freestyle. Slide over, Matthew. Watch out, Rach. Guys coming through. All right. 2 lengths freestyle. Ready, go. Now, once again, watch how they keep their heads low in the water so that their bodies are level, allowing them to move in a streamlined way through the water. The hands provide most of the propulsion. The kick helps keep the body level and adds a little bit of propulsion. In the shorter races, the kick is much more important. Longer races, they're looking for a way of conserving energy. Wonderful. All right, and now the last stroke that we can learn, and we'll let everyone try them in a few minutes, is the butterfly. And this is typically the most strenuous stroke. And let's watch them do a quick butterfly. 2 lengths of the pool butterfly. Ready, go. Now, this is similar to the breaststroke in that the head is coming forward for the breath, a pop-up breath. It's an undulating body movement rather than a rolling side to side. Both arms pull together. It's a very powerful stroke. And this is actually one of the first strokes that our young children learn because they develop the ability to pop up for their breath. Thank you, guys. Let's have a big hand for Christopher and Cameron. All right, now it's your turn to practice some of these strokes. With the real little ones, you can actually do a little dolphin kick with the kids. We call it bottom up down. And if you want to try a little of the butterfly, you can. We can introduce the backstroke and the freestyle. Oh, we love it. Look at all these swimmers. We have 11 more minutes until we are officially finished with the lesson. And remember, the purpose of this event is to promote that swim lessons save lives. But we've got to make the statement that there is no guarantee that learning to swim will make you water safe or pool safe or ocean safe. There's always risk when you're in, on, or around the water. But learning to swim is certainly one of the most important ways to help reduce that risk. But with the ability to swim comes the responsibility to behave properly in the water, to make good decisions, not to take risky actions like dunking people underwater, running and jumping in. Wherever you swim, you look for the areas that are the safest to swim in, where there's lifeguards. With young children, we really have to have close supervision. With older children, we also need to supervise. But learning to swim certainly helps develop safer people in the water. And that's our goal. I see some little butterflyers going here. That's great. After the lesson, you're welcome to stay in the water for a little while. Our official lessons here at Blue Buoy start at 9 o'clock. But we are going to be fixing some breakfast. We'll be scrambling some eggs and frying up some bacon. If anyone is interested, we've got lots of fruit and pastries, coffee and hot chocolate. Make sure everyone receives their official world record holder t-shirt, and everyone will receive a certificate proclaiming them an official world record holder as part of the world's largest swim lesson. And we won't know for a few days. They're not faxing the results in now. We have to mail them in, so it'll be a few days until they compile all the results from around the world. But I know we're hoping to get over 30,000 people participating this year. As our lesson winds down, Mindy would love to get a shot of everyone coming in a little bit closer so she can get all of you in the picture. Oh, you guys are wonderful. All right, we are into our last 30 seconds. And I'll give the countdown, and when we get down to the final seconds, everyone will do a big hip, hip, hooray. Yay! All right, 15, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We did it! Great job.